This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Sunset Trail travel trailer, and the model number is 212RB. So this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. You have power stabilizers. One switch controls both front, and a switch up front this switch controls both rears, and a switch up front controls both front. You have some TV hookups and power if you want to put a TV outside. You have outside speakers plus a power awning with a LED strip. This is your water heater here. So this works on gas or electric. It has an electric heating element and a gas burner. The switches are inside the trailer. I'll show you those when we get in there. You also have the drain plug right here. Just remember, never run this without water in it. If you drain it, which people will do if they go camping in the spring and they're not going to go, let's say again, to the middle of the summer, they're going to drain it. That's fine. But just make sure after you put the drain plug back in, you fill it with water before you turn it on, okay? That's important. So I'll show you the switches when we get inside. There's your front stabilizers. This here is this small crank is for the power tongue jack. If it happens to fail, you can pull this plug right out of there and put it on there and crank it manually to get yourself out of trouble. This is an override crank for the power stabilizers. If you go to the other side of the trailer, you'll see a shaft with a pin through it at the end of the stabilizer, and then this cylinder with a shaft or with a slot cut in it will fit right over there, and you can crank it manually also if you get yourself into trouble, okay? Deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks which are full, power tongue jack. This is a kill switch for your battery. So if you want to shut the battery off, you just turn it off right there. Your hitch is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Okay, that's a sprayer right there. It plugs in. There will be at least one port. There's usually two. I'll point them out as we get to them. This is your water station here. City water hooks right up here, and everything's all set. Now, if you're camping someplace without city water, boondocking or whatever, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here, and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you where the switch is when we get inside for that also. So even if you don't have city water, you can pre-fill the tank and all the plumbing will work as though you do. This is a black tank flush. After you dump your black tank, you leave the black tank valve open, then you would hook the hose of the dump station right on there and turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Okay, that's your dump hose. You see your slide is called an AccuSlide. There are different types. Yours is an AccuSlide in case you ever need to know that. There's where you plug your hose in for your sprayer. There's your black valve and gray valve. A 30 amp, 30-foot cord. Okay, we give you a reducer to reduce it down to 20. You get a backup camera on this one. Also, you have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states every 90 days you should inspect the roof, so make sure you do that or have it done. You can't see what's happening on the roof unless you go up there, so that should be part of your regular maintenance. Under here, I don't have the key in my hand, but this is the hookups for the campground cable and satellite behind there, okay? Okay, so as we go inside here, here's your control panel. Your lights are here, of course. Your water pump is right here. You turn that on to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use that to winterize the trailer. To turn your water heater on gas is right there. To turn on the electric element is right there. Never run it without water in it, of course. You have tank heaters on this trailer, so they're basically heating pads on all of your holding tanks that allows you to extend your camping season longer, because you turn this on and it'll heat them up so they don't freeze as fast. Your power awning is right here. Never leave the awning out unattended. Always roll it in if you're not going to be there. Your slide room here, and then of course all your levels, battery, fresh water. You only have one black tank, so you use black tank 1 and gray. So they graduate up in 1/3 increments, so you just keep an eye on your levels right there. Okay. So, microwave looks like any other microwave. This is a range hood here with a fan and a light in it. Okay. Your range here, basically you have 3 burners. So these 3 knobs are right here. This is a sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. And this is for the oven. And then you also have a light here. Okay. I don't know if he's got the gas turned on or not. Yeah, he does. So it's that simple. Okay. Always travel with this shut. Never leave it open when you're traveling. This is the rest of the screen and everything, the monitor I should call it, for your backup camera. So keep that in mind. We'll talk to you about that when you pick up. Your keys are hanging right here. Your television is more than just a television. It has FM radio. It has Bluetooth. You also have USB charging, HDMI, and 2 speaker zones. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. I think A is inside and B is outside, okay? And this is on a swing out bracket. Okay. Okay. This is your thermostat. You just hit the mode button and then scroll through all the different options to pick out the one you want. This tabletop, the stores underneath here. So keep that in mind. You don't just let it bounce around, you stow it under there. Your refrigerator is a 12-volt DC refrigerator. It locks shut. So keep that in mind. You have different power saving modes here. Nighttime, what have you, just to save power. And then of course your temperature up and down here. Okay. This jackknives, I believe. Let's see here. Or no, it folds out. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is a hide-a-bed that folds out here, of course. And your main bedroom, and you have a vent up here, emergency window. You can escape through there in an emergency. Push that all the way through. Grab a hold of the red tab and pull the screen out. Okay. And there's storage underneath the bed, of course. Now this is if your family uses a lot of Wi-Fi, don't pay attention to the 4G part. Just look at the public Wi-Fi. If you're interested, and this is pre-wired for a kit, you can scan the code and go to the page to look at it. But it would consist of a antenna on the roof. There's already a port up there, and a router box that fits right up here. And you just have a signal booster for your digital Wi-Fi, signal booster for your Wi-Fi antenna, and it just really boosts the signal from public Wi-Fi. And then, of course, you have a router for all your family's devices to hook up to. So if you're interested in doing that, that's pre-wired. You just have to go and see what kits they've got and which one you want. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be glowing green. If it's not, get it serviced, get it replaced. Okay. I always travel with that latch like that. But you have your shower here, works like any other shower. When traveling, always latch it. Sink works like any other sink. Your toilet, there's the flush pedal right there. It sits right over a black tank. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical in the bowl. Then you'll step on the pedal and hold it down. Water will come swirling out. And you hold it long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there along with the chemical, then you're ready to use it. If you don't do that, if you use it dry, it'll get clogged up and the smell will be terrible. So you always want to have chemical and water in there when you start using it, okay? Alrighty, let's see what else we have. I think that about covers it. Okay, yes. Alright, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Let me back you up just a second here. This device here is the power converter. this converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged into shore power, you have regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home, 110 AC, and they're all labeled, right? Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here, so you got 12 volt fuses and they're all labeled. This is also a battery tender, so it'll always, as long as you're plugged in to shore power, it'll always keep your battery charged also, okay? That's the power converter. Alright, so now I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. That's important. And right now, this is in camping mode. It's not in winter mode. So there's no antifreeze in the system. It's all fresh water. So it still has to be winterized when the temperature drops, okay? Keep that in mind. Other than that, I think that covers it. Okay, thank you very much.